Good morning, guys. It's Corissa here from Refurb to Invest, bringing you another amazing episode of Monday Morning Insights. All right, guys, I am in the beautiful area of Camden today, visiting one of my girlfriends in her beautiful property behind me, and I couldn't resist but to do one of our episodes from here just to see this amazing backdrop. Like, just look at this. Look how stunning this is. All right, now let's get straight to it because I've got lots to talk to you about today. And my main topic is for landlords. So if you're a landlord, you need to listen into this. We're going to talk today about rental properties. And I've spoken about a lot of this previously. So if you haven't heard it, jump onto our insights. I post these every week just to start giving you some insight if you're a property owner, if you own properties that are rentals, if you own your own property, if you're looking to build a portfolio, if you're looking to sell at some point and maximize your profit. You need to be listening into these and get some really good insight to help you make more out of your property. No one owns property for the fun of it. We all work our bums off in order to save for deposits, in order to buy property, to have assets. But if we're not getting the right tools and the right knowledge to make it work the best for us, how do we know if it's performing at its best? So if you're a landlord, when was the last time you checked your property? And we talked about health checks, we talked about property audits, we talked about doing your due diligence on how much rent are you getting, what's the asset now, how much more rent could you get, what's the potential asset growth, and seeing what your uplift is. And if you're missing a couple $100 a week, how do you tap into that? What do you need to do to pull that out of your property? If your potential to get an extra 100 grand in your asset value, what do you need to do to grab that? Don't just let the money sit there. Make the most out of your property. So today I'm going to talk about two landlords directly. Have you checked if there's potential in your property? I'm going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it because we get busy in our lifestyles that we don't. We just kind of let it go, let it stay there. Have you seen the value your property could have in doing uplifts? And I'm going to stress this because I had a number of conversations this week from people I know that are looking in the market to move house. Real estate agents that are telling me properties that they're seeing on the market that they've pulled for another agency, and all I'm hearing the same thing. Properties on market for rental, it's been sitting there for months, no one's renting it, they're asking X amount, but it needs this, it needs that, it's lacking this, it's lacking that. Okay, so who is helping them get the property transformed? Who's telling them, hey, have you stopped to think about, instead of leaving the property vacant for another 3 months, or instead of dropping the rent because the property is outdated and people want to pay peanuts for it, how about we strategically fix it and help attract a better tenant? I want you guys to really think about this. There are different demographics of tenants. I saw a beautiful property the other day on the water in Lower, and just the potential. Again, what do you need to do to get maximum rent? And we're already talking just some basic things. Could get about $300 more, probably up to $500 or $600 more if they do a bit more work. But the thing is, most landlords think it's going to take too long, it's going to cost me too much, I'm already vacant, I just want to get a tenant. And this is where I keep stressing, plan in advance. What are you doing now to make sure you're bulletproof for 6 months, for a year's time, when your tenant decides to move out and you're stuck with an empty property that needs work, but you didn't foresee it. So you're not ready with finances, you're not ready with quotes, you're not ready with an action plan to tackle it. So you're either putting it back on market for months or putting it back on market hoping it will re-rent. It gets stuck on there for months. You're dropping the rent, or you're then going 2 months of not getting anything, let's rush and get something done. And then you're quickly doing it, you're not doing it right, you're losing more rent because you could have done it, already planned it. And then you're trying to get another tenant back in there. In all that time, how many weeks have you lost? Now I'm talking about some of the properties I've seen recently that are worth a couple grand a week. So every week that is not tenanted, that's 2 grand, 3 grand, 1,500. There's been a range of different properties that I've seen recently. That's all coming off your rent. That's all coming off your income. That's all money that you're missing out on. That's all weeks that you're paying a mortgage out of your pocket, that your property is not making you any money. So plan in advance. Know what you need to do your right due diligence, ask the right questions. Doesn't mean you have to run and do it, but know that, okay, when the tenant possibly might move out at the end of the year, when the lease is up, I'm gonna have to do X, Y, Z. Then it's be ready. But if you can get more rent, why would you not want to do that? Why would you not want then to give notice to your tenant for them to vacate? Do the work strategically. Top it up on your loan. It's what a lot of my clients do, and I'm not a financial planner, but a lot of clients I have will top it up on their loan. They had the property for so long, they've got equity. They'd grab 50K off it. The extra income from the rent is paying that 50 grand. So it costs them nothing. It's not out of their pocket, doesn't cost them a cent, but then they're making an extra $200, $300, $400 more a week. Sometimes it's only $50 more a week, but it's still more, and it's more equity. Straight up, they're getting more asset value, so they're getting more equity out of it as well, if it's done right. I can't stress enough. This is not about, let's just go and quickly get a reno done. This is about planning. What do you do? How do you do it? How are you maximizing your dollar per dollar input to maximize your output? It is strategic. This is not, let's just paint for the fun of it. Let's just change a toilet. You'll be amazed how many properties I go into and they've changed the vanities. I'm like, what's the point of changing the vanity when the tiles are still purple? And when the toilet is still green? And when that's still like that and those are still like that? You need to overall, you're gonna put money into a property, know how to do it properly so you get the best out of it. Strategize it properly, plan it properly, do it in advance so you're saving your money, be ready to go, but know what strategy you've got to do, how much you're investing, how much more money you can make, and get your plan in place now so you've got it for the year and it's done. And then when the time comes, you get in there, you smash it out, you minimize your downtime. Every time you're talking about a strategy for a rental property, you've got to think about how much you need to invest, how much more you can make, how much more asset value, how many weeks are going to be vacant. So you're needing to understand how many weeks are you losing rental, and then how many weeks are you paying for your mortgage. How many weeks are you paying for your mortgage? That's got to be all factored in. Don't forget that. So that's why it's so important to know all of this far in advance. So if you're a landlord, like a couple of the properties I've been to this week that have huge potential to make more money, please do due diligence. We will give you an audit. Get an audit done. Speak to someone else. I'm not even fussed if you speak to us or not. I just want to make sure that you are having someone help you and guide you into getting more out of your property. Don't just rely that it's doing its own thing and it's fine. It's not. Check it. Check with your PM. Make sure you're getting the most. Can your rent go up even higher, even just right now? What can you do to get it higher again? What do you need to invest? Can you top it up on your loan? When do you need to do it by? How do you have to plan it? So if the tenant moves out, you're ready to go. Don't be stuck doing it last minute. And don't be stuck having a tenant for years and years, paying a small income, a small rental, when you could have already maximized it years ago and made more money on it and increase your asset value, which helps you build your portfolio. Guys, there's so much I can keep teaching you, and I'm going to keep bringing you what I can, but I just want you guys to really grab some of the concepts I'm talking about and run at them so you make more for your property. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this. I'm Corissa from Refurb to Invest. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Monday Morning Insights from beautiful Camden in this beautiful sun. I'm going to go for a swim. See you later.